Welcome to Dance Fit Biz Builders. I'm Orit, dancer, instructor, and proud owner of a thriving belly dance fitness business. And in this podcast, I'm giving it to you straight, sharing what it takes to kickstart and grow your dance and fitness business for the success you deserve. Whether you're a seasoned instructor, a passionate performer, or dreaming of turning your love for dance and fitness into a thriving career, you're in the right place. Lace up those sneakers and pull on those dance shoes and get ready for truth smacks, tips, and inspiration. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to episode 41 of the Dance Fit Biz Builders podcast. I'm Orit, your host, and I'm so happy that you are listening today. So, we are talking about the magic of storytelling. So, a lot of people email me saying, Orit, I love your blogs. I love your storytelling. But I have to let you in on a little secret. I'm not a writer. Please, I am not a writer, right? I don't use fancy techniques or big words. All I do is I write how I speak, like I'm talking to a friend, right? And for me, that's where the magic happens. And the same for you. So if you're nervous about writing, just think about having a conversation with a friend. Guys, stories are super powerful when it comes to sales, right? When it comes to telling people about who you are and how you created your business, right? Especially in this world of dance and dance fitness. Story connects us, it inspires us, and most importantly, it gets people moving. It gets people moving literally and figuratively. So I would love to give you a few tips, okay, in how to start with writing story. So start with number one, here's what happened. I'm sure you have everyday events about something that happened, whether you fell, you bumped into an old friend, you tipped somebody, anything, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. Just start with the moment. Think about what actually happened and share it as if you're catching up with a friend. Like, for example, I was running late to my own class. I was sprinting in, I was sweating, I was out of breath, only to find my students had started dancing without me. Right? How cool would that be? Or maybe something like this. Maria came to her first class so nervous she barely moved, but by the end, she was smiling and asking when the next class was. It's not about being perfect. It's about just being real. This is everyday stuff. When you share these moments, people are going to feel like they're right there with you. The second tip is what you realized. What was that aha moment? What lesson did you walk away with? Like that time you were late, or it reminded you about perfection, right? It's about creating a space where people feel good, or even Maria's story, right? It showed you that maybe tiny steps lead to big changes, right? Or just showing up can be the hardest and the most rewarding part. And by reflecting on these moments, your story becomes something your students can relate to and learn from. All right, the next thing, tip number 3, is here's what I want you to do. What do you want people to do after reading your story? You want to nudge your students to take action. So what's that takeaway you want to share? So for example, if you're nervous about trying something new, just take the first step. It might be messy, but it's a step. Or here's another example. If you've been holding back or sharing your own stories, stop. Someone out there needs to hear what you've been through. So when you wrap up your story, wrap it up with encouragement. Give your audience something tangible to carry forward. Cool? So guys, here's why storytelling works. You don't have to be Shakespeare. All you have to do is be yourself. And the real magic, it's in your authenticity. That's why storytelling works, right? People aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for connection. So I would like for you to walk away and try this challenge. I want you to talk about a moment that stood out for you recently. And I want you to follow this simple framework that I was talking about before. And that is, number one, here's what happened. Number two, this is what I realized. And number three, here's what I want you to do next. Share it. Share it with your readers. Share it with your class. Share it on social media or even with just a friend. Trust me, your stories have the power to move people. I'd love to know what story you want to share today. Respond back, DM me, email me, tag me, or read at sharkia.com. And hey, if this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs a little nudge so that they can tell their story. You've got this, my storyteller friend. Keep creating magic one story at a time. All right, folks, until next episode, go and kick ass.